What's the difference between a will and a trust? They're very similar. They're both documents. So pieces of paper that say who's in charge of administering your estate and who's going to get what out of your estate. So we've got the person in charge and the beneficiaries. The will only controls assets that must pass through probate administration. That's its only job. It has no other job, very limited in scope. The trust only controls assets that are in the trust. Either they were put there before you died, or they come into the trust upon your death, usually by some form of beneficiary designation. So maybe your bank account designates your trust as the beneficiary, like a POD. The trust only controls those assets. The will only controls assets passing through the probate administration. Sometimes there's this little overlap if you've heard of a pour-over will. So what happens there is, when the probate's done, whatever assets were coming out of the probate administration, they pour over into the trust because the trust is the beneficiary under the will. So all the assets end up in the trust eventually. But they are two similar documents, but they do similar things, but they function in very different ways. And a will in the probate administration is a very finite period of time. Once the probate is done, the will is done, and that whole process is done. A trust, you may have the first part of the administration of the trust when the person dies, but then the trust can live on for the beneficiaries with continuous subtrusts.